Waiting for all the stragglers to get back into the room. I got wiener dogs everywhere. So I am live. This thing is like crooked. Oh, on that. Alright. So hello, hello, hello. We are live and I am tired. Waiting for the rest of the wieners. I saw a post today from somebody about that because I'm a white girl, I shouldn't use sage. I don't anyways for the most part. And then I double checked this because I was like, is there sage specifically in here? And it's lavender, palo santo, cedar blue sage, and yerba santra. And then in the comments, everybody was fighting about it because it's like, it's a plant that grows on the earth. You know what I mean? And I get why some people feel that way about things, but it's like, again, what are we supposed to use? What are we supposed to use? Hello, Rick. How are you? How you doing? Uh, how's your how's your energies going and treating you at this time? What have you been working on? Clearing the energy. I slept all day today. Well, I went to bed late last night, but it wasn't that late. It was earlier than I usually have been for the past few days, but did all the Reiki 1 videos, then I did a 3-hour live, and then last night I did the video for the big channel and a reading, and I had spent like most of the day on the phone, like on and off the phone with people, giving people my phone number. So I passed out last night and slept till noon, and then I laid down, I don't even know, probably around 3 or so, and slept again until like 6. And then I woke up and was like, oh my god, because I had a private reading to get back within 24 hours of its booking. So I did that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alcyon is still missing. Alcyon is still missing somewhere in the house. I like to close my door when I'm doing these. It just feels better. Don't know why. I'm weirdo. I haven't been sleeping enough, but choosing the topic of my first online course. It has to be a course on decisions and clutter clearing. Okay. Choosing the topic. So what are the topics for that? Has anybody else made some that you can kind of like get ideas from? I was thinking about doing a new thing called like ADHD accountable lives, where it's like a live stream where we are holding each other accountable and acting as a body double, because people with ADHD a lot of times need a body double. And that just kind of reminds me of that, because I got to clear out clutter. I got to clear out my closet. I got to clear out everything in this house, but that would be helpful. But I know for ADHD people, it's like having a body double can help. Hello, Archeon. Here she is. Boop, 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 boop. Why haven't you been sleeping? I was really like energized and like full of energy for like the last week, and then I think we had somebody said we had a solar flare or something. I don't know if that's impacted me, but I got really tired last night and today. Hello, Liz. How are you? I've been clearing so much clutter too. Great to see you. Sending lots of love. Thank you very much. It's a good time for spring cleaning. I have a clutter clearing video with 35,000 views, and that should be my jumping off point. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here with me. Yeah, if you've got 35,000 views on it, obviously it's something people are interested in, and I would definitely, like, are there comments on it? You know, listen to what people are struggling with, you know, and then decide the topics off of that, I would think. Think some kind of detox effect is waking me up during the night, okay? Sometimes I get woken up in the middle of the night, and I feel like it's spirit, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Sometimes it could be spirit. It could also be like astral travel, people astral traveling and connecting with you, or you astral traveling and then waking yourself up when you come back into your body. But yeah, sleep has been weird lately. Been a lot of A lot of weird energy lately. Like, good. It's not bad. It's just there's been a lot. I just woke up from a heavy dream. I was being chased. That's scary. I had a I had a lot of weird dreams recently. 150 comments on the video, lots of the same points of confusion. Okay. So that could be a good place to start. 1:14 a.m. there. It's only like 8 p.m. here, but sounds like you needed to wake up for something. Did you wake up at 111? I had a dream the other day that I was like at a house party with people from my high school that I don't even really know, because I left high school very young. Like, I left like the first couple of months of my sophomore year, and we were all there, and then I went through like another part of the house, but it was like everybody was set up to play in their band, and it was like all of a sudden I'm in a high school, and so then I'm trying to get out of there, and I go through out there, and I end up in a mall, and I couldn't walk in the mall. I was walking all those other times, but when I got to the mall, like my feet wouldn't work. I was just like slipping, and so then I just like started pulling myself on the floor. It was wicked weird, wicked weird. It was just like this house and this school and this mall were all, and it reminded me of those like those videos people talk about the back rooms in the mall. I know. And I had a dream recently that I was in my backyard, and there was a bunch of guys out there with guns, and my dogs are outside of the fence. And I was like, please don't hurt my dogs. And then I saw my dad in the house, and I was like, I need help. There's a bunch of guys out here with guns. And then they came back, and they were like, gonna get us. And I got all the dogs in the house somehow. I was like holding all of the dogs like this. And then a couple of days later, I found out that like, because afterwards I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it felt like gang stalking energy, and I found out that the stalker was still stalking, so I felt like it connected to that, like this just unsafe energy. Shopping paralysis somehow. Shopping paralysis. I don't know. I don't know what that means. People need to they need to paralyze their shopping if they want to clear up clutter. That's where my brain goes with that. Shopping paralysis or sleep paralysis. A lot of people have sleep paralysis. I haven't had that experience since I moved out of my the ex's house. That, like, we were living upstairs in his parents' house, which is wicked toxic. Look, we got planetary shifts. I feel like all of it is planetary because we have stuff going on right now that hasn't been going on since World War II. And we're like in a virtual fog. We're like, I think it's more intense too, because when I go, usually when I'm awake, I don't see much with my eyes closed. That's making up an interpretation if you can't walk in the mall. Oh, okay, I get it. See, there's such a delay on this, so it's like when people say something to me back about what I'm saying, I'm so much farther along that I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like the other day I was singing, and then Jenny had said something, and she was talking about the song I was singing. I'm like, what song? Yes, agree 100%. And we want to be conscious with our words. I feel like it's all signs, though. Like everything that we dream, there's a reason for it. I feel like there's a lot going on, and I think that we've I know myself, anyways. I've been seeing a lot more. Like earlier today, when I laid down, I was seeing stuff. I was listening to something, and I could see it within my mind's eye, but I wasn't actually looking at it. And it happened to me last night too. I laid down and I was listening back to the reading that I posted on Instagram, and while I was doing that, I was seeing comments from people that aren't there, that aren't even there's no comments on that video today at all, but it was like in an alternate dimension. These are the comments. There was only a couple of them, but I can't remember what they said, but it was so weird, because then I came out of that and I was like, did somebody actually comment that? No, they didn't. That's so weird. I feel like we're tapping more so into our ability to see. Yeah, look at soul travel. We're tapping more into our ability to see beyond just this dimension. It's like we're tapping into alternate dimensions. YouTube increased the delay in live streams 2 weeks ago. Why? Why, man? See, you know all about this stuff. You could be teaching this stuff too. Like, or I feel like a lot of times when I talk to you, you know about some of the stuff that's going on with YouTube, like with the virtual thing or the vertical thing and then that thing. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Because with an ADHD brain, virtual fog brain, it's like, I'd rather people be caught up with me, you know? So I don't be like, what? And forget what I just said, or get lost in the translation. I can't remember, like, oh, so I've been talking to people about stuff. Like, it just naturally comes up, too. A lot of people don't even realize that, like, I'm making these videos and stuff. But I feel like going live with other people at the same time with, like, a set intention could be helpful for that, like, getting stuff done. Because people are like, I need to work on my website. I need to work on my blog. I need to do this. It's trying to reduce the glitching. Okay. Is there a lot of glitches on your side? I don't go live enough to know what's going on in the big scheme. But like the other night, I did a 3-hour live and I didn't really have any problems. But I think that like the last time I went live on here, it was really messed up. Everything was messed up. It wasn't working well at all. I keep seeing this card, False God, and I want to see why the hell they're showing me it so many times because it's number 11, and I said 111 to her. Um, Darkness is the absence of light. Ego is the absence of awareness, from Osho. Many people associate false gods to the worship of status, idols, and deities which are outside of their religion and belief systems. They don't, however, recognize the false god hiding within themselves. This god is the voice of ego. The ego is self-constructed identity that is made up of who we think you are, based on your beliefs from your individual life experiences. It is a part of you that does not want to let go of lower vibrational thinking patterns. The ego is conflicting voice that you sometimes hear when wishing to follow your heart. Stay conscious, dear one, of the energy you feed within you, and be discerning of the false gods within others too. The ego often hides behind strong opinions that appear to be true. Aligning yourself with the God-Goddess energy within is aligning yourself with truth, unconditional love, and compassion. You can tell if another is coming from a place of ego or by truth by the fruits of their tree. Good trees bear good fruit that inspire light, peace, and oneness through love. And this light does not come from a place of judgment, separation, condemnation, nor does it use the energy of fear to control. Through the wisdom of your heart, may you always be guided by the light of truth. And then there's a little exercise. Visualize 2 plants within you. One is the ego and the other is the divine self. And send both plants love and compassion. But water only the plant that represents the divine light within you and watch it grow to become a strong tree grounded in love. So yeah, that's interesting. I think it's because of my software engineering background that sometimes I see what's going on. Okay, I don't think there was any more glitching than it ever was. Yeah. Yeah, so you have a lot of information that you can teach people on many levels, but um, you have, like, you knowing all of that stuff and getting, like, and that's just how all of this stuff works anyways. Like, when we're making content or we're putting things out there, it's sometimes hard because it's a computer system. It's AI generated, and AI has been around since Google, since the first computer. Like, it's just a search engine. But when we're making content, and we're putting titles and names and all of those things into it, we're feeding it the information, so it's going to target to the right people. But when we start mixing up all of our stuff, a lot of times that can limit, well, who's going to find us? You know what I mean? We don't want to be too broad within all of our things, because then we're going to, they don't know who to show it to, so they show it to nobody. But the fact that you see stuff to do with, like, that software engineering type of stuff is because that's, like, they've figured that out about you through all the algorithms and all the little robots and stuff. They know what to send your way or what you might be interested in. And so when we're making content on our side, we want to remember, like, what do I think my people are interested in? Like, I know Liz does, like, the twin flame stuff, and she's specifically twin flame. So she's going to grow by just speaking about it in her videos, titling it in her videos, having it in the description of her videos, having it in the tags of her videos. But that works across the board everywhere. And, like, TikTok has become the #1 search engine. Like, and I think it's because they don't hide shit. They don't hide the things that YouTube and Google and all those other places do. Like, I was trying to find something specific that's, like, kind of like a conspiracy thing, and I was just, like, wondering, and I went onto Google. No, can't find it. Go onto YouTube. No, can't find it. Go onto TikTok. Boop, there's a couple of videos about it, and I think that's why they want to get rid of it. because they don't want us to have any opinion or truth other than what they've got. You know what I mean? But keeping that stuff in mind when you're creating content. That's why I made a whole new channel. And I know that, and I struggled with it too. I was like, should I make a new channel? Or should I try to like pivot this channel? But those people that came to that channel, that's not what they came there for. So they're just going to leave, or they're not going to click on it, and it's going to hurt my channel as a whole. So if I want to do something different, then I should just do a whole fresh thing. But it can become draining, but we can hire people too. I was talking to someone yesterday that she has a huge blog on Blogger that she's been doing for like 8 years, but she doesn't have anything set up in it to make money. And I'm like, dude, you could be making a lot of money from this. What are you doing? Because you can put affiliate links into your blogs. You can put affiliate links into descriptions of your videos. You can advertise stuff or sell your own stuff within it. But she's not good at that type of stuff, like going and linking and all of that. But she can go on Fiverr.com and hire someone very inexpensively to be like, yo, look at all these blogs that I have. Let's and obviously everything she's written about is specific to her people, right? Like, all spiritual awakening and all of that. So she can go on shamansmarket.com and become an affiliate. And anytime she talks about something that's on Shaman's Market, she can link to it. And anytime somebody goes to that link and purchases that thing, she's going to make money from that. But because it's overwhelming to her, she should go on Fiverr.com and find someone that can support her and help her to do that. Like when I got my assistant, they went and changed every description in every single video for me because all the old ones are like outdated. And then, what? There's hardly anyone doing a spiritual approach to clutter. So I confused YouTube for 2 years, but then the recommendation engine figured out who the audience is. Awesome. See, so, and yeah, being consistent too can help. Do you use the YouTube Studio app? Like, or what do you use? Do you use your phone or do you use a laptop? Because I know, like, I used my laptop the other day to upload a video because I was using the laptop to make a video to show people how to make a Facebook event, and then I showed how to upload a video onto YouTube from my laptop. And doing it on there is completely different than doing it on your phone, because on your phone you just upload it and it goes, and you give it a title and a description. And if you get the YouTube Studio app, you can add the extra tags and make a nice thumbnail and do all of those extra things, but it's still limited in some of it because you can't add those little screens at the end. Like there's little what do you call them? I can't remember the name of them, but there's like these little things at the end that like pop up, and it's like subscribe, like, maybe you want to watch this video, bop it a boop. And then there's other things you could do throughout it. So like if you're talking in the middle of your video and you're like, oh, in this video I made this, I talked about this deeper, you can have it pop up so people can click onto it and go over there right then. But you can't do that from the phone. But if you use YouTube Studio, you can also get the vidIQ thing that I used. I record on an iPod, and I'm about to get a new Mac and Final Cut to editing. Awesome sauce. I think it'll help. I really do. Like, I feel like they broke my phone. The phone that I had would not work. It was like all messed up, and it was like, okay. So I like forced me to have to use a laptop, which is good because it forced me to do things that I probably wouldn't have done otherwise. But going in there, the vidIQ that's in the laptop, it's like one of those things you can download from the Google store. It will show you recommendations of what you should do. And I'm still on the free version of vidIQ, but it still showed me like this would be a good keyword to add into your tags, and this would be a better title to write, and it rates it like this is 91, this is like 91 out of 100, so that's a good title. But if you edit it up a little bit, it could be 100, so it's going to perform even better. And they'll even go deeper with all of that stuff. They'll give you recommendations for every video that like every day you open up the app. I have it on my phone as an app. Let me grab the other phone. But you can get a recommendation every day based off of what the content is that you're doing. Like, how Liz does the twin flame stuff, you do the clutter clearing and like other things. vidIQ is just a free app. You go through it and it teaches you everything you know about growing on YouTube. Like, what is the best way to, like, they say to, like, your thumbnail should entice, like, curiosity and stuff like that. But every day they give you daily ideas. And So right now it's like community videos is my growth plan. I haven't finished it because I've already done this in the past, but the daily ideas, are you going to work? Very high view prediction, leveraging postcards for business growth. So if I made a video about that for this channel, it's going to be very much more likely to be watched. And then this one is high, unleashing creativity, marketing lessons from New Balance. And I don't even know what that means from New Balance. So I can say that just because and go look into it more. But the other one here is view prediction is a medium, but it's still better than low. And standing out among competitors on Etsy, strategies revealed. So I actually said that to someone the other day. I was like, oh, it was a girl who bought something from me on Etsy. I do use YouTube Studio, but I don't know it very well. Okay. It's like, it's just like Etsy, like what, because she came and she bought something from me and she was asking me some questions. She's like, I'm trying to sell my readings. I want to do decks, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, the next time I do a video, I'll do it about Etsy because I've had a lot of people asking me about that. But it's the same concept. Like if you make a listing on Etsy or you make a video on YouTube, you want to fill in every single thing that's there. Like Etsy has a title, it has pictures, it has a description, and then it has 13 keywords that relate to your item. And then 13 like ingredients, like what's inside of this, like what was it made with, and depending on what it's made with, you put 13 tags like consistent with that. And then you do all the stuff that's in there. You just want to fill out all the stuff that's in there. Same with your YouTube Studio. The app is a little bit limited in all what they've got, but like I think it's not even necessarily limited. I think it's just differently set up. But like I said, you can't do all those extra things. So there is a video on this channel that shows. You find Etsy confusing? Yeah, Etsy is confusing. There's bonus, like there's positives and negatives with Etsy as the person on Etsy, because if you're somebody that doesn't have a huge following and you want to make products and sell your products, putting them on there, there's already a marketplace. There's people who are always on Etsy. They're following people who are on there. So I have people who favorite my shop, and every time I add a new listing to my shop, they get notified about it. If I make a sale, they get notified. I mean, put out a sale, they get notified about it. And so that, in that case, is really good. But you still need to send traffic to it or run ads. I don't do the ad thing because I think it's silly. I think but I also have a following that I can be my own ad on, and they do offsite ads that you don't pay for anyways, but they will just like take money away from you if somebody clicks on the ad that they put out, and you get a sale based off of that, which is kind of an asshole thing to do. People don't like it, but they made it part of it, so it's just what it is. Like they run ads, and I see them. If I look up Divine Essentials on YouTube, there'll be an ad for my Etsy shop that pops up. But if somebody clicks on that and buys something out of my shop, they charge me a fee because of that thing, because they got me that sale. But just having that marketplace ups the chances. But it's the same as like any place. We need to just have a relevant thing. We want to make sure that what we're talking about makes sense. Like if you made a candle for love, you're not going to just say candle, because nobody knows what that is. But I think all the places can be confusing. But it's basically the same across all of them. You need to fill everything out in the back end and give it as much information as possible and do like long tail keywords rather than the short tail ones. I bought my new tapestry on Etsy. I searched for a cosmic tree of life tapestry, and there was lots of choices, but I had to flip past hundreds of irrelevant results. And that could be the people, because like what I'm talking about, right? Because I've used different apps for Etsy at different times, and they have ones that you can see what other people are using for their tags and what they're putting out within their listing, so that you can you can figure out what works and what doesn't, and it grades you and everything. So at one point, all of my listings were graded A. They had A, B, C, D, F, right? And I remember going and like searching certain key terms in there, and there's other people on there using my name, Bridget Rau, Divine Essentials, within their tags, within their product things, so that other people who come searching for Bridget Rau, Divine Essentials, they get pulled up in that. Assholes. It's not a cool thing to do. And other people who are selling a tapestry, right? They may have one that's got the tree of life on there, or whatever. Like they may be putting in tree of life into their description. So it's hard. It's hard. And I think that a lot of people don't like Etsy's search things and whatever they've got going on in there for it. Like on our side, it can be messed up, and on the buyer side, it can be messed up. The best way to keep your products at the top of the listings is to continuously make new listings on Etsy. I say make one every week. I don't do it, but I should, because if you make one every week, they put you at the top of the feed for a little while because it's a new listing and new people can see it. There's so many tactics and things, but yeah, I think that would probably be why you would see that, because people mark it wrong. They lie. And they're just like, oh yeah, I'm Bridget Rau with Divine Essentials. Come by my reading. And it's like, obviously they know it's not, because it's not my shop, it's not my name, it's not what I offer, but I know that there's people out there doing it because you can specifically see that they're doing it. And some people do it on YouTube too. I know a way to go into YouTube and figure out what the biggest creators are using for all their tags. You go in there, it's in the back end, like, you have to be on your desktop and you have to right click on their thing, and then you pull up this like the all the like all that coding shit, and as you go down all the coding shit, it'll get to the part where there's and you can search that. So you pull up this big mess right in the back, and then you search the page for the tags, and it'll take you right there, and you can see all the tags that they've used for that video. And there's videos out there that show you exactly what I'm talking about. I don't remember where I originally saw that or learned that, but I've used it before to see what are they talking about. And there's a lot of people who do like tarot readings that put ASMR into their titles, because ASMR is, or not into their titles but into their tags, because ASMR is kind of popular. So they'll be like tarot reading, ASMR tarot reading, but and it's not, that's not what they're doing, but they say that so that they get more eyes on it. It's weird. I think it's a mix of people not knowing what they're doing, people knowing what they're doing, but not being authentic in what they're doing, using things that maybe not be the best way to do, like in the long run, especially like, because I just saw a thing the other day, Instagram is cutting down on shit. Like, if you aren't the original creator of it, you don't add something to something that you share that someone else did, they're not going to show it to anybody. They're going to show what the original person shared, and they're going to, like, you're just not going to get shown. And then they had all these other things that they're rolling out. So imagine if they did that on YouTube. All those people who've put irrelevant tags and things, and they're trying to like run their energy or build their stuff off of someone else's work or something else that isn't relevant to what they do. If they crack down on that, who knows what could happen to all their videos. It's crazy. Do you have any questions about that stuff? Have you seen that stuff? Something very good is about to happen for you. It will impact everything in your life. I can't remember what it was called. With AI tools, the confusion will get worse within the next year because AI doesn't care, right? I think everything's just gonna get crazy. Do you think they're really gonna get rid of TikTok? Somebody I talked to yesterday was like, I don't think they're really gonna get rid of it. I think that they might sell it to somebody that they know, so that they can still keep it. But that's just what I would do. They're forcing them to either sell it or get rid of it. I look for that sometimes. How? Click. I hate doing it this way. How to see tags used on YouTube video. I don't know if this will be it.
Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we do is find a video that we...
Oh yeah, he did it in this one. So the first one that popped up when I searched that shows you. See all that shit? You search keywords and it will show you exactly what keywords was used in there. I'll look for that sometime. Awesome sauce. Hi! What is that tablet you use? Is that an iPad? Oh, this is my old phone that doesn't work anymore. Well, it works, but it doesn't have the touch screen anymore. It's basically just a phone. But I was just showing him, um, this thing that, like, when you make a YouTube video, you want to put tags in there so that it gets found. But there's a way to see like what other people are using for their tags. So if it's like a channel that has millions or billions of followers and subscribers and viewers, you can go see what tags they're using by doing this little thing, which you got to do on a desktop. It's huge. It's the same size as the new one. But yeah. Um, I don't think they'll get rid of TikTok. It's so hard to prove ownership legally, right? It's huge. He's not that big. It's just, it's what we need. For me, it's like having a little laptop in my hand because I ran everything off of my phone for the most part for the first few years. I didn't even have a laptop that really worked. And now I've got one that we were just talking about. I got to use it more to get things going, but it's thin. But yeah, if you go on your desktop, you like right click on that video and then search the stuff that's there. I will post. Oh yeah, let me do that. I think I can watch this right now. So I'm gonna share that. Actually, when I post this video, when the rewatch is ready, you can I'll put it in the like in the comments so people can watch it. I'm not seeing my channel pop up here. This new channel is weird. Like, it doesn't do what the other ones do, but it's brand new. I think that's why. Because, like, if I go live on one of the other channels and then I go onto my other phone, I'll see it immediately. It'll be right there. But this one's, like, not doing that. I think my challenge will be keep a positive attitude while writing my course. Yeah, it can be hard, but just look at, like, keep a good idea around it. Like, it's going to be good for you. It's going to have a good outcome. Do some gratitude stuff. It's like trying to take me. So that's the link. This thing is so delayed. It's crazy. That is the link for the thing coming in there somewhere. But do some gratitude. I swear to God, doing the gratitude stuff has helped me a lot to feel better, and be the visionary about it. Call on your soul tribe. Ask people for their opinions. Ask people for like what they think about stuff. But only do it when you're feeling good too. You know what I mean? Have that creative spark in you so that you don't get bogged down about it. But you can also have things help you with it. Now, I wouldn't have like AI write all of it, but you can have AI write up some of like the like the overview of it. Like, just take off some of the pressure of like, all right, this is how I should lay it out. And anything I don't like about what they're saying about laying it out, I can fix that and move that around. I wish I had that like back before when I was, because I've done everything by hand, by myself for all that I've taught. Like LC Online Healing, I sat down with a book and I wrote the whole thing out from beginning to end. And, all the other things that I do are like that too. But now you can literally get like a whole layout of like, this is what I want to teach. What is the best way to teach it? Or what's the best format I should do this in? Maybe if I write a mission statement for the course and reread it every day. Yeah, do it, man. It's sometimes hard to stay good all the time. And like I said, if you're not feeling it that day, don't do it that day. Give yourself a break, if you're feeling like, because you don't want to transfer that energy into it. That was why, like, I slowed down so much on LC Light Healing, because if I wasn't feeling well and high vibrational, I didn't want to put videos out there that are going to be out there. I didn't want to do that anyways. I don't want to put my energy out there that's not in a good vibration. I wanted to stay in a higher vibration. I just wanted to feel better, Shift your fears. Change your mind. Consciousness shift. And if you're feeling dark, put it off until the codes shift and you feel better. But yeah, keep yourself accountable to it. Don't let it go forever. But just don't let it take over either. I feel like it's important to be passionate about what you're doing. Like if you find that you start getting like ick about it, then maybe it's just not the right time for you to be doing it. But keep, you know, think about all the positives of what it will do, how it's going to help other people, how it's going to end up helping you, how it's like something that can, you know, also bring in an income. It's something that will probably help you in the long run and help others in the long run. But yeah. Has that other come in here yet? I can't. How long of a delay is there? I've only ever written classroom courses, but I have seen enough to translate that to the online format. Okay. See, when I did mine, I was gonna do like the whole, like I put out the thing for it, and then I had like the plan for it, and I was gonna write everything within there too. Imagine how much that would have been if I had to write everything for that. So I ended up just saying like, okay, like let's just do the basics in the manual, and then because it's a video format, and I know a lot of people don't read that, like you know, like when, especially if you're watching a video, they're not gonna pull out their manual at the same time while they're watching the video. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just gonna have this be like the overview, and then I'm gonna teach them everything verbally, like in a video format. But if you've done it in one way, you can do it in another. I see the communicator right here too. Words have power, truthful, outspoken. Be the communicator. Use Mercury energy. Call on Mercury or call on, what's his name there? What's that guy? I have an 8-second delay for this live, but other viewers could be seeing a longer delay. Okay. Mercury, what is his name? Well, the god Mercury, you could call on the god Mercury, offer him an offering, and have him help you to come up with the right words easily, effortlessly, to, you know, communicate what you're trying to communicate. Watching a live on here is so weird now. It looks totally different. I'm like, how do I do anything? The communicator is Mercury. We'll see what it says because I feel like it's significant for you. 31. It says, words have power to be a channel for clarity and growth, to speak the truth and illuminate clarity and understanding for the positive growth of humanity. The shadow is overwhelmed, sarcastic, blunt, and pessimistic. So there you go. That you don't want to get into the shadow side of the communicator, but the communicator knows the power of words to educate, inform, uplift, grow, transcend, open possibilities, and connect to truth. Communicators gather, process, and share information to help uplift humanity. Your word is as good as gold, and if you expertly use it to share ideas, information, and concepts which help others evolve and grow, you are friendly. Wait a minute. What? Expertly use it to share ideas, information, and concepts which help others evolve and grow. Okay. You are friendly, open, clear, direct, and connected to divine truth. All forms of verbal and nonverbal language are your currency. You are gifted with the universal language of metaphor. You have the unique genius to distill and synthesize complex subjects, broad themes, and big picture ideas and make them easily understood. You're also gifted with the mindful, Buddha-like energy of discernment and discrimination. This helps you break attachments to what no longer serves, positively reframe difficult situations, and move on to whatever life has to offer next. This gift is of the highest value when you serve others in their growth and development. But the shadow of the communicator, your words could be blunt, like cudgels, or razor sharp and sarcastic with your power to cut another down. If you don't check yourself, you might wreck yourself. I'm just kidding. You can hurt those around you that you love and care. Trying to process too much at once leaves you all over the map and not achieving any of your goals. When stressed, you mentally spin and don't see or translate things clearly. This leads to major breakdowns in communication and painful misinterpretations of misunderstandings. If you find yourself in the shadow of the communicator, you're trying to be too many things to too many people. It's time to take some personal time to quiet your mind with meditation, deep relaxation, and time in nature. And once you reboot and restore your clarity, your brilliant mind will put everything in order once again. So the inspired action plan is I'm committed to practicing presence and mindfulness so I continue to grow and dedicate my high value gifts to serve the growth and evolution of humanity. So other things you could use with that, the shadow communicator sounds like me on a bad day. Yeah. So, and it's like any of us. We all flip in and out of these things. We all are influenced by these things. But you could make an offering, like, ask Mercury or Hermes to work with you. And if you find a feather or something, you can offer that to him. You could work with, like, I like different types of incense for him. Any type of bugs that have wings. Like at one point, I found a couple of little bugs and I put them into jars and I put them up here to represent like connecting with him. Angels, like anything with wings. And he will help you to communicate easily and effortlessly, and he'll help you reach a wider audience. Like he's all about Mercury, the planet of communication and all of that, and commerce. Hello, how are you? Is this reading for a creative business? No, we were just chit chatting, and then I saw this because he was talking about something specific, and the card that was there was the communicator. So I let him, I read it to him because I felt like it was significant for him, um, based off of what we've been talking about. We've been on for a little while now. I'm tired today. I've been doing a lot this week. Did all the Reiki 1, and then we did the 3-hour live the other night, which I was like, oh my god, it's been 3 freaking hours at the end of that. And then last night did some stuff. So the engineer is what's coming through for all of us here. Every problem has a solution. Curious, productive, technical, hardworking, focused, creative, competent, practical, hard, competitive, decisive, determined, analytical, adventurous, loyal, and generous. I'm good. Just tired. Just tired. Overtired. Need to go to the grocery store before it closes. But that's all I do. Like, I'm here or at the grocery store. If I'm not here, I'll be at the grocery store. If I'm not at the grocery store, I'll be here. I want to see what the engineer says, because I know that also probably is something similar to Rick in his energy. 52, but I think it's something for all of us to take into. My intention was to hear something for all of us, but I know he is literally, like, that's what he's done. So every problem has a solution. To be a channel for discovering a better way, to discover and apply better paths of action for positive change in the world. The shadow of the engineer is negative, self-judging, arrogant, aggressive, or over-analytical. So the engineer is fascinated by what makes things tick and is highly gifted when it comes to designing better solutions to all of life's issues. As an engineer, your approach to life and work is curious, creative, practical, technical, logical, and focused. You are determined to solve problems and design new ways of getting the results you desire. You're inherently curious, are deeply satisfied by exploring the inner workings of things. You're an enthusiastic researcher, and you are highly valued as a logical, perceptive, and discriminating go-to person to solve the logical at hand, to solve the problem at hand, create a practical design for a new idea, or to discover a better way of getting the job done. As an engineer, you are a master of energy, and your energy must be productively channeled. You manifest best as a leader of a team. You process information as an introvert, but express it as an extrovert. Being spiritually aligned is of utmost importance to your ability to abundantly create and prosper on the material plane. The shadow of the engineer is if you're not grounded and attuned with your body, you're probably stuck in your head with disregard for emotions, including your own. You can become frustrated and arrogant, full of shoulds and judgments to make other people wrong. This is a detrimental problem to problem solving, especially when those problems include the human equation. When you are stressed, you can become negative, self-judging, and overly critical. Or overly analytical, running the same negative thought loops over and over, unable to make a decision to save your life. If you find yourself in the shadow of the engineer energy, you're spiritually cut off and your ego may have taken over. It's time to get the spiritual reboot by getting grounded in your body through physical activity, such as being in nature, so you can remaster your energy and get back in touch with your purpose and your mission. So the inspired action plan says, I maintain my spiritual connection to guide my high value gifts of problem solving and designing to create a better future for all. So that could be like your thing there, something like that. Your mission statement. I do it. I feel I have to stop trying to do everything. Yeah, I think that's pretty much impossible. It's pretty much impossible. Can't do everything at once, but like this world tries to make us feel like we need to. But some people thrive in different ways too, so don't beat yourself up. Like if you find yourself like, oh, I do this and I do that and bop da boop, be mindful of it, be aware of it. Like sometimes like I beat myself up for my ADHD and I'm like, all right, but at least I get the shit done. Like, I start loading the dishwasher and then I do this thing and then I go over there and da ba da boop. But at least I got all of the things done. I may have not have done it in like a logical, clear order, but I got it done. So I don't have to beat myself up about it too much. But yeah, it can be overwhelming to try to do everything at once. That's why I try not to spread myself too thin, but I end up doing it anyways. But I think I've gotten better over the years because when I look back, compared to what I was doing years ago to now, it's completely different. Like I used to get up, go to the hospital every day, sit with my mom for like 8 hours, then go run an event, and then stay up all night doing all the back end stuff for other people's websites and their events and all of that, and like, and then do that all over. And even when I came out, like when she wasn't in the hospital, it was like every single day I was going somewhere doing something and then still doing all that other stuff at night. So it was like 24/7. I was doing something, taking care of the dogs, doing the laundry, all that shit. It's like we got a lot to do. But if we give ourselves time off, it'll be all right. Give ourselves little breaks. That's why like going online can act, and also me taking my focus off of everybody else's shit and just putting it on myself was like such a big break. And when my mother passed away, it was like I had all this time again that I didn't have. It was like 8 hours of the day every day came back, and I could like spend that time alone and not have to constantly be running around or out of the house, sitting in the hospital. And I feel like that's what really gave me the time and energy to grow online. But you don't, like, people say, like, there's 4-hour work weeks and stuff like that. You can get to that point. But it takes a little bit of, like, dedication in the beginning. It takes a little bit of, like, all right, let's set up those processes now so that it can forever go. And hire people when we start making an income. Hire people to help us so that we can continually do that. Like as soon as I start making enough money that I can hire someone, I'm going to hire someone to help me to like run the Bridget Rau Tarot channel and like repurpose content from that and like go around and edit all the descriptions from that, because there's still people watching those videos all the time that I made years ago that could be bringing me better results if I was like full-time focused on that. So I can hire someone to just focus on that for me. And then with the Divine Essentials channel, I know there's a lot of things that I can do in there and with that can help to revive that channel. And then with this channel, I know I could have help with keeping this one consistent and on my Etsy and on my Instagram and on my Facebook. But right now, I'm a one-man show, so I'm building it up slowly, getting myself to where I need to be so that I can hire help this time that will actually help and like, be in a way that like makes sense. Because the last time I hired help, I spent $10,000 on it and it was fucking a shit show. It was a shit show. I had to train the girl. I paid $10,000. I got all these courses. The girl was supposed to come fully trained to know, like they spend like 3 weeks with this person training her, or like months, I think it was. They train her on my website and my things and all that stuff. And then she showed up and didn't know how to do any of the things that I told them I needed her to know how to do. So I had to like show her everything. And then when she finally got to the point where she was starting to know what to do, I couldn't afford it anymore. So I had to stop. But it was ridiculous. This time I'll go onto like Fiverr.com and hire someone that can help me that's not like through the roof. You know what I mean? I want to work less hours but get paid more. And you can do that. We can all do that. We definitely can. You know what I mean? It's in there. It's out there. It's available. I was called to watch a pick a card for singles and it was spot on, but I didn't watch them as much no more. In the beginning of my awakening, I binge watched a bunch of pick a cards. Yeah, I was the same. I like Linda Likes Tarot. There's a woman on YouTube. Her name's Linda Likes Tarot. She does like a mix of stuff. It's like whatever the energy is that's coming through, she does, and then she'll do like um, astrological signs. She does the 12 astrological signs throughout the month. So like every day she uploads something, but it's like one of those days it might be just for Aries, one of those days it might just be for Taurus. And she just goes by what spirit guides her to do. But she's really good, you know. And I've watched her stuff, but when it comes to like picker cards and things like that, I'll make them because I know people want to watch them, but I'm not really like I don't watch that. I was obsessed with the whole like twin flame readings for a while, you know. We want to receive, you know. We want to be receptive and receive. We want to let ourselves do what we need to do. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm tired. I gotta go to the grocery store. Um, Look at that. I split the deck, Ten of Pentacles. So just hang around, you know, switch your thoughts. And if you have anything specific, the next video I'm going to make for this channel is going to be about Etsy. Because I need to put stuff onto Etsy anyways. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing that. And I'll you know, all the stuff that I know about Etsy while I'm doing it. But I can also make other videos. So please let me know, like, things that you want to know about. Did you make a video how to get started on YouTube, like making a banner and custom? Not yet. I forgot to do that, and I still haven't even done that for this channel. But I can do that. Let me write it down so I don't forget. I wanna do that. I wanna make one. So that will be. I'm gonna do the Etsy one. Etsy vids. There'll probably be more than one for just Etsy. And then how to add banner and start channel for YouTube. I had some groceries delivered only because it was 0 delivery and it was only 8 items at about 30. That's awesome sauce. My grocery store is like 5 minutes away, and I usually only go get one item at a time. But I need to get some frozen yogurt so that I can have food tomorrow, or so I can have my shake tomorrow. And I don't know. I think they still have treats, and they still have food. Thank you. Might do an art YouTube mixed with lifestyle and other stuff. Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be awesome sauce. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get some frozen yogurt. And I will make that video next. Like after I promised someone else I would make the Etsy one next. So I'm gonna make the Etsy one next. Plus I need to do the Etsy thing, and then I will do that other one so that I can do that. And yeah, I will be live again soon for this channel. The next time I do a live on this channel, I'll probably come up with like a specific topic to talk about. Like the last time we were talking about specific things and stuff. And then I got to do the full moon live too. Love your parfaits. Yummy. Greek yogurt. I like I get frozen yogurt for my shakes. It's good for me. Yummy for me. But yeah. Thank you very much for being here with me. I will see you again soon. I'll get that one out as soon as possible for you, Rick. Thank you. I'm definitely gonna do it because I gotta add stuff on there. I know people want to book readings with me, but for some reason my website's been messed up and it's like 1 out of every 5 person isn't getting to book with me. So if I put them onto Etsy, and I gotta show people exactly how I'm gonna do that because there's things within it. You know, there's limits about stuff. Like I can't put a reading on there as a physical product because I won't have a shipping number to give to them, and that will take away my chances of getting like star seller, and it will mess with my account. So I got to do it as a digital product. And when I do that, I don't get notified. Like if someone buys a digital product from me, it's not like in my list of this order was ordered. So it's like, oh shit. And it doesn't tell me. So I'm like, okay. So I need for them to get a download from me, like they're going to get like a thing that's like, thank you for booking with me, please send your questions to me via the messages, and I'm going to like, you know, have that be there so that they can tell me what their questions are, and that I'll also know that they booked, because I use the app, and I don't want to miss readings when they come in. That's why I like going through my website, because every time somebody books something on my website, I usually get a notification up top that someone paid. But that's only with PayPal too. It's hard. It's hard across the board being ADHD. I don't always get notified of stuff. And I definitely don't get notified of digital products being purchased on Etsy, but maybe there's a setting in Etsy that will let me do that. But it doesn't show up in my like open orders, so it's hard. It's like, where the hell is it? Thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. Appreciate you. In Renee. Namaste.